Course overview. Design is not merely about placing elements on a surface. It's about how those elements inhabit and interact within a defined area. In this critical module, we explore space and composition, two foundational principles that govern depth, balance, visual hierarchy, and perspective in both two-dimensional and three-dimensional design. On understanding space, the canvas of design. Space in design refers to the distance or area between, around, above, below, or within elements. It forms the invisible structure that defines relationships, controls readability, and organizes content visually. Positive versus negative space. Positive space, the part of the design that contains objects or subjects, e.g., text, shapes, images. Negative space, also known as white space. It is the empty or unoccupied area around and between elements. Example, in a minimalist poster, the empty space enhances the focal element and prevents visual clutter. Types of space. Two-dimensional space, flat layout with height and width, print screen. Three-dimensional space incorporates depth, volume, and perspective, interior design, sculpture. Implied space, depth suggested through perspective, overlap, or size scaling. The role of space enhances legibility and focus, establishes visual breathing room. 2. Composition, arranging for impact. Composition is the art of organizing elements within the space to achieve balance, emphasis, rhythm, and harmony. A well-composed design directs the viewer's attention, emphasizes key points, and communicates effectively. Key composition techniques, rule of thirds. Divide the space into a 3x3 grid. Place key elements on intersection points. Creates natural balance and tension. Golden ratio, 1:1.618. A mathematical approach to aesthetically pleasing proportions. Common in nature and classical art. Visual hierarchy, arranging elements in order of importance using scale, color, weight, or placement. Balance, symmetrical, equal visual weight on both sides. Asymmetrical, different elements balanced through scale, color, or space. Radial, elements arranged around a central point. Focal point, the dominant area of emphasis, the first thing the eye notices. Flow/movement guides the viewer's eye using direction, alignment, or repetition. Cropping and framing directs attention by excluding or emphasizing elements. 3. Depth and perspective, creating spatial illusion. Designers often simulate three-dimensional depth in two-dimensional formats to enhance realism and interest. Techniques for creating depth. Overlapping. Objects in front of others appear closer. Size variation. Larger objects appear closer. Linear perspective. Uses converging lines, vanishing points, to suggest depth, 1-point, 2-point, 3-point perspectives. Atmospheric perspective. Distant objects appear lighter or blurrier, used in paintings and photography. Shading and shadows adds realism by simulating light and volume. Applications of perspective, architectural renderings, 3D modeling and animation, environmental and game design, editorial illustration and posters. 4. Psychological and cultural implications of space and composition. Western versus Eastern design. Western compositions tend to emphasize hierarchy and focal points, while Eastern designs often balance the whole composition more subtly. Empty space as elegance or emptiness. In minimalist cultures, e.g. Japanese Zen, negative space is sacred. In others, it might be seen as a lack of content. Claustrophobia versus openness. Crowded designs can invoke anxiety, while open space can convey freedom, luxury, or simplicity. Applied design exercises. Analyze a famous artwork, e.g. Da Vinci's Last Supper or a poster by Saul Bass, and break down its composition using the rule of thirds and focal points. Create a typographic poster where space is used to emphasize a single word. Design a product packaging label using negative space to form a hidden image or message. Draft a 2D scene using two-point perspective to show depth. Key takeaways. Space is not empty, but a powerful compositional tool. Composition is the structural backbone that organizes and elevates design elements. Effective use of space improves readability, emotional tone, and hierarchy. Techniques like the rule of thirds, balance, and perspective help guide the viewer's journey. Mastering spatial dynamics transforms a flat surface into a compelling visual experience.